All right, good morning. It's April 29, 4:59 in the morning, 5 a.m. I wanted to get to talk yesterday. I came into the topic about the gay community in New York City, the older crowds, the over 50, over 55, that think they're very privileged, and now they're lifelong Democrats, and they're very crazy people. They're very, um, they're abrasive, they're very rude, they're very nasty. Um, I'm gonna get to the topic in a few, but um, these people, I'm gonna be very honest. These people come from these are transplants. Or these men, 97.9% of them are transplants, and they come from states like Nebraska. They come from Omaha. They come from Frisco. They come from Arlington. They come from Austin. They come from Little Rock. They come from Birmingham. They come from Detroit. Lansing. They come from Pasadena, Sacramento, San Bernardino. They come from Santa Fe. They come from little towns off of Reading and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. They come from Pensacola. They come from towns near Douglasville, on the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia, and South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia, and West Virginia. And they came here, and now they came here poor. Some of them came here homeless. And the bad thing with them is that they came here because they call them Fruit Loops in the States, or fruit flies, or fireflies, or they call them flying butterflies, or little caterpillars, or the little turning caterpillars, or they call them Fruity Pebbles, and flying lanterns, and flame torches. And they come here and they wanted to be accepted in New York City because of their same-sex orientation, and they're a little bit more flamboyant, or they have a more lavish lifestyle, or they wanted more to be accepted around other people that were like them. And that was the whole point of them coming to New York City and transplanting themselves and living in New York City. But the bad thing with them, they came here with they came here with that Omaha, or that Shelbyville, Louisville, or that Frisco mentality. They still hate black people. They still hate Chinese. They still call black people the N-word. They still call Chinese people the chink word. They still call Indian people dieheads. They still call Spanish people spics. And we only like a sex god to them for an hour or two, and that's it. And the Brazilian ones, the exotic birds, they love. And the Filipino ones that they make work, and they have to be a registered nurse minimum to be with them. And this is about all of you. I'm sorry, you guys are wrong, and you guys are crazy Democrats, and I'm going to show you a lesson today. Because today, you wanted to come here, but you don't accept us. You don't accept us, and you don't care about the youth that struggles and everything. And you guys are worth over $1 million. But you guys wanted to come get accepted here because you guys like sucking on lollipops and like getting and like bending over and taking it. That's what you came here to get accepted for. You didn't come here. That's the only reason why you get to fit in, for that, not to accept one another and live a crazy sex lifestyle. All right, so first I want to start with restaurants, because you guys have not offered me a free meal. You guys have not offered me a cocktail. You guys have not offered me a place to stay. So we're going to start with Elmo, Restaurant Elmo in Chelsea. It was opened in 2012. It's a popular eatery for the gay community. The owner is a 67-year-old gay male, born on July 4th, 1956. He's born in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He lives in New York City for 27 years, moved in December 1996 at 40 years old, with a 77-year-old man that took him in, a Republican man named Howard Dean, August 7, 1976. A real estate broker for 37 years, resident of the Upper East Side, where the owner almost still lives now, Frank Gill, worth $2.7 million, and Mr. Dean left him $27.4 million. So he goes back broke to broke to Oklahoma City. His family is Republican from Oklahoma City. He's a crazy Democrat. He's no university experience. He's a loser. He hires prostitutes once a week. This past Saturday, he hired a 21-year-old black male from Vice Avenue, a top who mated him for 2 hours and 27 minutes for $100. He's a racist bitch. He has a Citibank account, which will be frozen, of a checking account of $75,283.11 and $34.2 million. Let me reiterate, as bank owners, until 1999, we were lenient with our banking laws. As the owner of Citibank and Ponce Bank, we had to be more stricter because people were not beneficiaries in this account just like him. And he took all that $27.4 million that was not geared towards him and the unit, which he could never get a deed under his name. And the savings account of $34.2 million. All right. Prostitutes, he has hired 7 prostitutes for $50. The most recent, July 8, 2023, a 20-year-old black male from Bryan Avenue. On July 7th, from the Bronx, July 7, 2020, June 7, 2023, a 21-year-old black from DeKalb Avenue. On April 8, 2023, a 20-year-old black male from Forest Hill, Queens. On July 6, 2022, a 19-year-old from a Bronx black male from Gun Hill Road. On April 5th, 2022, an 18-year-old from Bronx, Vice Avenue. On March 1st, 2022, he was aware. No, I'm just doing something. All right. All right, Dad, he gave me 15 minutes. On March 1st, 2022, a 17-year-old from Bronx at 112 Longfellow Avenue. And he was aware he was 17. On February 1st, 2022, an 18-year-old Brooklyn Bushwick resident. And on January 1st, a 17-year-old from Brooklyn from Bed-Stuy. He was aware he was Tony Vitale has eaten 272 times for free in Manhattan. Brian Johnson, the very pretentious bitch from Wyoming, has ate 127 times for free in restaurants in Manhattan. This man has been a registered Democrat since 1987. All right, next. The restaurant Farannellis Prince St. Since 1917, they've been opened by an Italian migrant, Diane Dean. Born in Venice, Italy, he was 27-year-old when he opened the doors of Farannelli. Mr. Dean and his family, and I'm the governor of Puerto Rico, you don't give me 15 minutes. Farannelli. Mr. Dean and his family operated this famed popular eatery at Prince Street until 1989. Frank Lead, last owner of the family, died on July 8, 1989 in Bellevue Hospital of a cardiac arrest at the age of 89. Resident of Central Park South, his net worth is $9.7 million. The manager of Farannelli's at the time took his death, upon his death, took ownership of the eatery. He was 24 years old, living in New York City in the Chelsea neighborhood for 2 years from Cincinnati, Ohio, from a Republican family. His parents died, leaving $117.4 million to his brother in 2019, and two boys living in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. They live across from me in the cul-de-sac community from my Camp David property. The boys are 17 years old, works at the Best Buy near Tannersville, and a 19-year-old is a waiter at Red Robin's in Tannersville. His brother is the branch manager at the PNC Bank on North 9th Street, and his sister-in-law, she works in JCPenney in the Stroud Mall. The owner of Farannelli's JP Morgan Chase Bank checking account $12,712.13, saving account of $47.1 million. He rents the Central Park unit of 401 to a 67-year-old Republican female for $7,450 for 12 years. Mr. Raquel does not have to pay anymore because he can change the deed to his name. Today, he is a 67-year-old gay male, friends with Tony Vitale for 27 years. He's a resident for 17 years old in Roselle Park, New Jersey. Purchased a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Closing date 7/8/2007 at 286 East Lincoln Avenue. Drove by his home 487 times. Walked by his house 238 times. I have seen him 727 times. I have sat with him at a bar in Suspender 72 times. I have spoken to him for 32 minutes. Not a bad guy. His name is Alex Landon. Drives a 2017 4-door white Honda Accord. I remember when he first got his car. He knows about the neighborhood restaurant and bars. He's not a bad guy. So why should I have to starve when he will be at Suspenders for lunch today? So the owners of Suspender, my friends, will have a talk with him today. And the restaurant Little Prince, I don't know if a restaurant that has been open in Prince Street since 2012, a French restaurant and popular bar in Soho. Beautiful, quaint locale. The owner is the original proprietor. He is a 67-year-old Caucasian male, lifelong Democrat who ran away from his family at 16 years old from Wichita, Kansas. He left behind his dear mom, who is still alive today, his loving dad, and his brothers who missed them. A nice Republican family. He arrived in New York City with $27.11. The first day he was homeless on January 7, 1979 at 15 degrees Celsius. On January 8th at 4:47, a 67-year-old resident of West Village found shivering, freezing on West 4th Street. The gentleman interrogated him and felt bad and offered him a place to stay at home. The first thing he did was to offer him, he didn't send him to a shelter or to social service. He had a backpack with a change of clothes and a toothbrush and a hairbrush. The man offered him food. They ordered pizza for the first time. They offered him food, a cozy place to stay in of abundance. The man did not ask him if he was a Democrat or Republican, if he was a top or bottom, if he had anything to contribute. That was not the mindset of the past. So I asked why the infringement on the opportunities you were awarded to the struggling youth today. You had it easy, Fruit Fly. The man that helped him in life, originally from an Italian family from Brooklyn, New York. He left the $9.7 million that he wasn't authorized to take, and the Union Square apartment, which he $1.9 million, what he rents today. I don't have time. I'll give the rest of his story because he has a little more. I know where his parents are.